can, yeah.
Let's just do that for a future one.
Definitely, definitely. Good to go? All right, 3, 2. Welcome back. We are here still in Focus, Kentucky, on the road from the Kentucky State Capitol. We're actually in the Capitol Annex, and joining me now to provide some additional perspective is Daniel DeRochers from the Lexington Herald Leader, who stays pretty active all year long, but especially when a session is open. So talk about your time. You've experienced the session very first week where a lot of activity from the Senate and the House chambers, but what has been your perspective of the opening session?
Yeah, so the first day was a little bit more exciting than normal because there's this election contest over a seat in the House of Representatives. Representative Jim Glenn from Owensboro, he won by just one vote. And so his opponent, Republican D.J. Johnson, who held the seat between 2016 and 2017, he filed an election contest. And so now there's this committee, an election contest board that had to be formed in the House, where they were drawing names randomly out of a clear box. They had 99 individual vials that they had to pull from. And so that they settled on 9 names, 6 Republicans, 3 Democrats, and that group of people will now have to kind of examine the evidence, examine what former Representative Johnson is claiming in his complaint, and they'll have to settle who is the eventual winner of that contest and give a recommendation to the House for the House to then vote on. So that was the day one excitement, and then that was met with some interesting floor speeches on day 2, particularly regarding the medicinal marijuana issue and on school safety, because that school safety is definitely a priority of the legislature this session.
And we've interviewed some, I know you have talked to with a lot of different, both sides about the medicinal marijuana, and where will that discussion come to a committee, or will it be brought out to the floor for discussion? But from what you are seeing and out, do you think that we moved at all?
So one of the major bottlenecks seems to be Senate leadership. On the House side, Representative Carney, the House Majority Leader, he said basically, we're not going to vote on this unless we know it's going to be able to pass the Senate. And so then you saw in the floor speeches yesterday, Senate President Stivers, he got up there and he said, I want to see the science, I want to see the evidence, and was quickly met with a text message from Jason Nemes that says, I'll deliver 5 studies straight to your desk. And so that's going to be kind of where the debate lies, is can the Republicans who support this, because really, if this thing's going to pass, it's going to be from Republicans. Can the Republicans who support this convince Senate leadership that this is worthwhile, that this is a good idea, and that this is something that they should pass?
And when the legislators come back in February, do you expect them to kind of continue to just pass through and lock down on these key issues of what they're wanting to hopefully accomplish in the session?
It's a short session, so they're kind of limited in terms of how much they can explore. And I mean, school safety will definitely be a priority. There will be fixes to the tax code. They passed that tax reform bill last year, and they have some adjustments that they want to make. And then there are issues like medicinal marijuana, and there are issues like bail reform that I'm sure will come up and will draw a lot of attention. And in the backdrop of all of this is it's 2019. This is an election year for constitutional officers. So you have members, including Rocky Adkins and Robert Goforth, who, they're running gubernatorial campaigns at the same time, and they're going to definitely want some attention and to take up some oxygen and to kind of get their platform put out there.
Well, Daniel, with the Lexington Herald Leader, we appreciate you, as always, rejoining us here on In Focus Kentucky, providing perspective, and we'll see how this session continues to move forward.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet.